Alright, so today we're back to take another look at the Boss SY-200 synthesizer, and I'm running my Telecaster guitar through it. Technically I'm going into a DI Plus preamp by ultrasound first, and then I have the synth in the effects loop of that, but really the only difference between that and going direct in is just that I have some control over the input level and things first. So let me bring that down just a little bit. There we go. Alright, so today we're taking a look at the organ settings. We've already covered the leads, pads, strings, bells, and now next is going to be the organ. So this is my dry sound. That's with the pedal on. The expression pedal is controlling the tone. So when I switch to them, they're probably going to be set right around 50%, and then all the way back would be 0, all the way forward would be 100. So I'm kind of sweeping in between those. Alright, now I've also got the direct sound all the way down. If it was up, it would sound like that. Alright, so we're just hearing this, and yeah, it sounds like it responds to velocity. You know, if I'm playing harder, it kind of sounds like it's like there's more wind going into the like a pipe organ is kind of the sound. And a good steady sustain on it does start to die off a little bit though. So I guess if you wanted to find a good level to just kind of let it sustain, let's kind of let this one die off all the way. That's pretty good sustain. So I did cut the strings off and it did completely die off there. But let's so if you catch something like that, and you can just hit that, and then you just let go, and it's just still kind of holding out. And you can do that trick where you turn the direct signal all the way up. It's a little scale and arpeggio over A major there. Alright, and let's maybe do this. Mess with the resonance a little bit more. Not hearing a huge difference in the resonance. I'm going to change that around. Let's see about the depth. Okay, that's kind of cool, the depth. It's subtle. Yeah, it's pretty bright if it's all the way up there. Alright, let's go ahead and move on to the next variation. There's going to be 13 in total here. This one is number 2. Everything's pretty straight up. Let's kind of settle it right in there with the tone. Resonance. Depth. Like depth kind of makes it a little more hollow sounding. And it's worth trying. Let's maybe move the tone around and then mess with the resonance. So with the tone all the way up, like there's maybe a little bit of difference there. What about with the tone all the way down? Yeah, I'm just having a hard time finding where the resonance is really affecting this sound. Let's go on to the next variation here. Oh, it sounds almost identical. Okay, I guess maybe they're slightly different there. A little bit of a different attack on this one. I don't know if it can respond to that kind of playing. That's kind of cool though. Let's see. Maybe kind of interesting. Like if you added in just like a regular. Let's go up a little bit more with that. Just kind of hold that. Depth kind of changing it around, but let's it's not hearing a huge, maybe a little bit of difference there, but not a huge difference in the resonance. Let's go ahead and keep moving. Okay, 4. This one's definitely different. That kind of very vibrato, or maybe more of like a Leslie type sound. It almost kind of sounds like tremolo, like if you were, you know, if I was, you just kind of hold that out. So especially, that's kind of an interesting thing there, so I might have to come up with a good way to control this, but hitting the note a little early, like when you have that attack sound, it's a little bit more obvious that it's guitar, but if you can kind of like hold on to one of those sounds, and then you hit the next chord, let that come in, go ahead and hit the next chord, there you go. I don't know that I would say that sounds more natural, but it sounds, to me, I think a little bit more like what I would expect from an organ sound, and the way that they attack versus the way that you strike the strings of a guitar there. Let's, we didn't really mess around with it much. Let's sweep the tone. So mid to high is pretty usable. Even the maxed out isn't too biting my head off or anything. Mess with the resonance. Not much going on. With the depth. Not a lot going on lower. With that depth, it's interesting when it's all the way up. It's not like it feels a lot deeper. It feels actually a little bit bigger, a little bit brighter, I think. Let's go ahead and move on to the next one here. So this is going to be variation number 5 of 13. It's got a little bit more low sound going on with this one, is what I'm hearing. I got that low, I don't know if it's a low octave, but very responsive too. Just the tiniest little bit of latency, but nothing even really that crazy. It's about as good as you could expect. Alright, and let's see, go through the tone. So again, this is another one that sounds probably better in the mid to higher position of the tone. Resonance is just not doing much for us right now. And even depth. So when it's up, it feels like it kind of narrowed out a little bit. And you drop it down, and it kind of gets a little thicker sounding. It's interesting. Alright, next variation. Ooh, number 6. Quite a bit different. Again, very responsive, but kind of a compressed sound. So even if I'm hitting it like very softly, it's still responding very, very tough and very hard. And striking it hard just gets just about the same thing. So again, that's a lot of compression I'm feeling with this one. Oh, it gets really bright up there in the What if I mix in the dry signal with this? Not my favorite. I mean, this definitely sounds like an organ, and I like those. It's definitely going to stand out, you know, if you're using this added with something. It's not going to be very subtle. Let's see, this is organ number 7. Kind of bright when it's all the way up there. But you can back it off pretty good. Say about right there, say around mid-range. And to grab the depth, or the resonance. I feel like I'm hearing a little bit of difference, not much. Let's go back to the depth. Okay, that's making some difference. Okay, so that's cool. Yeah. So far, few of these have been kind of similar, but 6, 7, and that was just 8, I think, that we were doing. So now we're on to 9. Sounds cool too. I feel like I can be a little bit more dynamic with it. If I'm actually playing soft, it responds soft, and maybe there's a little bit of a limit on this one instead of compression, so it's definitely a lot more subtle, soft. It's a little sharp when you turn it up there. Definitely pretty much goes away when you turn the tone all the way down. Turn up a little bit more. Alright, and let's see, resonance. Not really getting much there. The depth. Again, depth is making more of a difference than resonance. Right, organ number 10 variation. This one's still pretty deep, even with the tone all the way up there. It definitely adds some stuff to it, but it's a little more lo-fi sounding. I like it. Let's see, resonance down, resonance up, and then the depth. Not a whole lot of difference in the depth there. Let's see, go on to organ number 11. So even with the tone all the way down on this one, it sounds almost kind of aquatic. Kind of like wave in the tone. That's kind of cool. In fact, I bet you could just kind of grab a few strings here. Grab that control. So I'm just able to kind of manipulate that in real time with the expression controlled in the tone. We had another chord that was technically an E minor, so let's go to an A minor. That grab. Cool. Right, resonance. Tell you what, I'm not hearing it much, but if you're hearing a difference, let me know in the comments. Let's get shameless with the comments, like and subscribe, and all that stuff I usually don't say. Alright, depth. A little bit of difference there. Alright, let's go ahead. We're almost done. Let's see, this is organ sound number 12. I really like having the tone control on this one. Just like dial it in just right. See the resonance? So this is cool. It's dynamic, responds well to hard playing. Very soft with light playing there. Let's turn up the depth. Turn down the depth. Back to 50%. Let's grab that note that's kind of dying off there. Be able to manipulate that in real time, like I was saying. Cool. Last one here. Yep. Another one of these kind of Leslie sounding ones. Responds alright to hard picking. Can soften up a little bit too, though. Play it dynamically. Tracks pretty fast. Maybe not the fastest, but, you know, decently fast. Nice to kind of hold a chord out. Kind of morph through that. See, will the resonance. Check that out. So I went to go control what has been the resonance, and now on this one it's actually pitch. So let's see when I turn it. It's saying, okay, we're going up like in half steps at a time. So 12 would be up 1 octave, plus 24 would be 2 octaves. And just hold it down faster. So that would be like 2 octaves down. And then it jumps not in 10s, but in 12s for the pitch. So that makes sense because it's octaves. So no real pitch control the way that it was if it's on that one. I guess on this one, if you wanted, you could set this, assign this to control the pitch if you wanted to give it kind of like a whammy sound with it too. Let's see with the depth. Interesting. Okay, cool. Alright, and that is the last of the organ sounds, so looking forward to getting through with these so I can get back to some of the other pedal stuff that I've been doing before this. But yeah, that's 13 more sounds to go. Next I'll be covering the bass sounds, so I'll try to have that one out and finished up soon. And thank you guys very much for watching. Check out my other videos, and I will see you soon.